let's start by applying our foundation. I'm going to do a pretty good coverage on this to make sure that everything is nice and ready. After our foundation, we're going to apply a eye primer, just to my lids. And then I chose a blue color to match my bluish gray eyes. I'm going to apply it to my lid only and then just smudge it across to give that almost smoky eye look. And a little bit into the crease as well. Next, I'm going to use my black eyeliner and I'm going to line my top and bottom lids this time. So on the top with a little bit of a wing and then across the bottom. And I'm only going to go halfway because if I go too much farther, my eye gets really, really small. I'm kind of smudging in that bottom lash with my finger again. Okay, and once you have that, I'm going to apply my Bare Mineral waterproof mascara. And in the 30s, they were very focused on separation, no clumping and no fullness. So I'm going to just really focus on that as well. And also we did the top and bottom lashes. Next I'm going to do the nice curved brow like in our first picture. And I'm going to keep that the basic shape for today. Okay, and to finish it all off, I'm going to just use a finishing powder to set and make sure everything will stay where it needs to be. On to hair, you need a comb, bobby pins, and pin curl clips. Okay, for this set, I actually moved my part a little closer to middle, not quite to center, but closer. And I rolled the front sections towards the back and then the back just like normal. So now we're gonna just go ahead and remove all of the pillow rollers, trying to keep the curls pretty much in the shape that they are in. We don't want to mess with them too much quite yet. Okay, now that we have all of our pillow rollers out, we're going to use a little Lady Luck pomade to smooth down the part area and also in through the curls to give them a nice smooth and shiny look. And it'll help it later when we start forming the curls to make them look nice and silky and shiny and lay in just the way we want them to be. So I'm just working the pomade all the way down through my ends and then again on the other side. Also, if you're doing a hat, go ahead at this point and decide where it's going to sit, where you want the curls to be around it so that you can pin those down. So I chose mine to be off sides, so I'm going to go ahead and pin this side down pretty tight to my head and then work my way around the back of my head. I'm just using those pin curl clips again to hold the hair down in its place. Double check, make sure your hat fits where it needs to be. And now we're on to setting those curls. So what I'm doing is really quite simple. It looks a little more complicated than it really is. I'm just taking curls and rolling them back up as if I were pin curling them. Use a little more pomade if you need to keep those ends together. Roll them in and then use a pin curl clip and clip them down. It doesn't even have to be an exact curl. It just, whatever looks good, however the curl ends up coming back towards your head. You'll see me do it a couple times where I'll actually twist the curl around my finger and then roll it down. Or even twist it and see which way it's going to curl. And continue all the way down this side using the clips to hold everything in place, adjusting as needed. And then moving on to the other side. Oh, except I forgot I had a curl I wanted to fix. This little guy needed a little extra love. Alright, so on to the next side. We are going to do the exact same thing. This side actually doesn't need as much attention because it's going to be underneath the hat a little bit. So I'm just picking a few curls to adjust and pin together. The trick with this hairstyle is really just letting the curls do what they want to do instead of fighting them. Go ahead and set it with a little bit of your hairspray. I'm using Big Sexy Hair Get Layered because I can continue to add it as I work and pin down any extra curls that maybe need a little extra love. In the back, all I did was take apart those curls that I had back there until I felt like they were laying uniform or just in a nice pattern in the back, and that is all. I also took a couple of bobby pins because I have some longer neck hairs, and so I just pinned those up. If you have long hair, this would be a good time to pin those up as well. Now we're going to go ahead and remove all the pins, very carefully trying to make sure you don't pull anything. And I'm going to use a couple of bobby pins to just hold down a couple of the curls. And so I'm just literally weaving it underneath the curl itself. So taking a little piece and then pushing it down below. So go ahead and continue to remove all the pins, adding bobby pins as you go as needed. And same thing on the other side. And adjusting curls wherever they need to be adjusted. Now go ahead and try on that hat, make sure it looks good. Oh, and make sure you have all your clips out. And then I'm going to use a hat pin to attach my hat to the back of my hair. Very carefully, obviously, don't pin your head. And there you have it. It adjusts curls as you need to, but basically that is your finished look.